Welcome to Women's Tennis USA News. I am your anchor, and tonight we bring you a story that has moved far beyond the baseline and into the wider conversation of sport, character, and cultural impact, a story framed by one electrifying point, a packed stadium holding its breath, and a response from Coco Gauff that has now gone viral across the world of tennis and beyond. The moment unfolded in a high-stakes match where every rally carried weight, the kind of match where momentum swings are felt not only by the players on court but by the millions watching from home. Coco Gauff, already one of the most recognizable figures in American tennis, was locked into a tense exchange that tested her speed, anticipation, and mental resilience. The rally itself was extraordinary, a display of modern women's tennis at its best, with pace, depth, and fearless shot-making. The point ended in a way that immediately sparked reaction, debate, and ultimately admiration, not because of a spectacular winner alone, but because of what came next. As the ball bounced for the final time and the point was decided, the crowd reacted with a mix of gasps and applause. Cameras followed Gauff instinctively, as they often do, expecting a familiar fist pump or a sharp exhale of relief. Instead, what viewers saw was a pause, a visible moment of reflection, and then an action that cut through the noise of competition. Gauff turned toward her opponent, acknowledged the rally, and responded with a gesture that spoke volumes about respect, sportsmanship, and emotional intelligence under pressure. This reaction, captured in real time and replayed endlessly on social media platforms, quickly became the focal point of post-match discussion. Fans shared the clip with captions praising her maturity. Former players weighed in, noting how rare it is to see such composure in the heat of elite competition. Analysts dissected not just the point, but the body language, the timing, and the meaning behind the response. In an era where viral moments often stem from controversy or confrontation, this one spread because it represented something affirming. Mary Carillo, one of the most respected voices in tennis broadcasting and commentary, offered insight that resonated deeply with audiences. Drawing on decades of experience covering the sport, Carillo framed Gauff's reaction as a defining snapshot of a new generation of athletes. She spoke about how moments like these reveal more than a highlight reel ever could, showing the inner values that shape a champion's career. According to Carillo, what made the moment so powerful was its authenticity. It was not rehearsed, not performative, but instinctive. Carillo emphasized that tennis, perhaps more than many other sports, places athletes in situations where character is constantly on display. There are no teammates to hide behind, no sideline huddles to diffuse tension. Every emotion, every decision, is visible. In that context, Gauff's response after the point served as a reminder that greatness in tennis is not measured solely by titles and rankings, but by how players carry themselves through adversity and success alike. The viral spread of the clip also highlighted Coco Gauff's unique position within American sports culture. Since bursting onto the scene as a teenager, she has been viewed not only as a prodigious talent but as a representative of something larger. Her interviews often reflect thoughtfulness beyond her years. Her engagement with social issues has shown a willingness to use her platform responsibly. This moment on court added another layer to that narrative, reinforcing the idea that her influence extends well beyond forehands and backhands. In the hours following the match, social media platforms lit up with reactions. Fans from around the world shared personal reflections, saying the moment reminded them why they fell in love with tennis in the first place. Parents commented about showing the clip to their children as an example of sportsmanship. Coaches reposted it with notes about teaching respect alongside technique. The point itself was impressive, but it was Gauff's reaction that became the teaching moment. Within the United States, the story carried particular resonance. Women's tennis has long been a source of national pride, producing icons who have shaped the global game. From Billie Jean King to Serena Williams, American champions have often been defined not just by winning, but by the way they changed perceptions. Coco Gauff, still early in her career, is increasingly being discussed in that lineage. Not as a finished product, but as a player whose values and demeanor suggest a lasting impact. Mary Carillo's commentary also touched on the pressure young stars face in the digital age. Every match is dissected, every gesture scrutinized, every reaction amplified. In that environment, authenticity becomes both more difficult and more valuable. Carillo noted that Gauff's viral moment resonated because it felt genuine, unfiltered by the awareness of cameras and algorithms. It was a reminder that even in a hyper-mediated sports world, sincerity still cuts through. The tennis community has seen viral moments before, but many fade quickly, replaced by the next controversy or highlight. This one has lingered, prompting longer conversations about what fans want to see from their athletes. There is an appetite, it seems, for examples of empathy and respect, especially in fiercely competitive settings. Gauff's response after the point provided exactly that, a small but meaningful counterpoint to narratives of rage and rivalry. As the tournament continued, questions about the moment followed Gauff into press conferences. She addressed it with characteristic humility, downplaying its significance while acknowledging the respect she has for her peers. She spoke about growing up watching players who competed intensely yet treated opponents with dignity, and how she internalized those lessons. Her words reinforced what viewers saw on court, a consistency between values expressed and values lived. From a broader perspective, the viral clip also sparked discussion about the evolution of women's tennis in the United States. The current generation is marked by diversity, depth, and a strong sense of individuality. Players are encouraged to express themselves, to bring their full identities onto the court. Gauff's moment fit neatly into that evolution, showing that expression can include compassion and awareness, not just celebration. Mary Carillo, reflecting on her years covering the sport, pointed out that these are the moments that endure in memory. Championships are remembered, but so are gestures that capture the spirit of the game. She recalled instances from past eras where a single act of sportsmanship became emblematic of a player's legacy. In her view, Gauff's reaction belongs in that category, a snapshot that will be replayed whenever discussions turn to character in tennis. The clip's reach extended beyond traditional tennis audiences. Mainstream sports outlets picked it up. Non-sports media shared it as an example of positive behavior under pressure. Even those unfamiliar with the nuances of tennis could appreciate the human element. This crossover appeal speaks to Gauff's growing status as a cultural figure, not confined to the sport she plays. Within coaching circles, the moment has been used as a case study. Discussions about mental toughness often focus on aggression and intensity, but Gauff's reaction highlighted another dimension, the ability to stay grounded and respectful while competing at the highest level. Coaches have pointed out that this kind of mindset can actually enhance performance, reducing emotional volatility and sharpening focus. The conversation also touched on the role of broadcasters and commentators in shaping how such moments are perceived. Mary Carillo's thoughtful framing helped elevate the discussion, steering it away from superficial praise toward deeper analysis. Her voice lent historical context, connecting Gauff's action to a broader tradition within the sport. This underscores the importance of experienced commentary in helping audiences understand why certain moments matter. As Women's Tennis USA News continues to follow Coco Gauff's season, this viral point serves as a reference point. Not as a distraction, but as an insight into the qualities that may define her career. Talent opens doors, but character sustains success. In a sport as demanding as tennis, where careers unfold over years of relentless competition, those qualities can make the difference between fleeting success and lasting influence. The reaction from fellow players has also been telling. Several took to social media to express appreciation, noting how much respect such gestures earn within the locker room. In a sport where rivalries can be intense, mutual respect remains a cornerstone. Gauff's action reinforced that shared understanding, strengthening her standing among peers. Looking ahead, the challenge for any young star is to maintain authenticity amid rising expectations. Viral moments can create narratives that players feel pressured to live up to. Gauff, however, appears well equipped to navigate that terrain. Her grounding, evident in interviews and on court, suggests a strong support system and a clear sense of self. Mary Carillo summed it up by saying that while tennis will always celebrate winners, it also remembers how those winners treated the game and those around them. In her assessment, Gauff's viral moment was less about optics and more about instinct, a reflection of who she is when the match, the crowd, and the stakes all converge. As the clip continues to circulate, it invites viewers to reconsider what they value in sports. Beyond power and precision, there is room for grace. Beyond rivalry, there is respect. Coco Gauff's response after that point reminded us of that balance, and in doing so, it transcended the match itself. This is Women's Tennis USA News, and as we continue to bring you stories from courts across the country and around the world, we will keep highlighting not only the points that win matches, but the moments that define the spirit of the game. I'm your anchor, and that is the story of what Coco Gauff did after this point, a moment now etched into the ongoing narrative of American women's tennis.